Okay, this is a review of the Sony PHA-3. It's a portable headphone amplifier. It was released with the Z7 and the Z5 as the kind of the triple-headed monster in the end of 2015. So that's about 2 years ago that was released. Take the device out. You've got single-ended entry here. You've got balance left and right. You've got volume. You turn this on, 1, 2, 3, and it's on. If it goes to 4, that means I got a full charge. It's standby, lasts quite a while. Battery life is 10 hours. People said 6, 7, and because it's got an ES9018, the desktop version, which has got a higher power draw, I've never gotten less than 8 hours on a charge on this one. Never, not once. It's got DSEEHX, which is something that they still got, I believe on their $3,000 DAC that they just released, they still got this as an option for less than high-res files. It'll enhance it, so it wasn't a fly-by-night thing. It's something that they've stuck with. It's got the gain switch. On the back, you've got micro USB, you've got your eye device, you've got optical, you've got your audio in, line out, and then you've got your charge. All the cables to do all this are included, and then if you can use headphone or line out, you can switch this. Sound of this device is wide. It's a detail monster. Again, it's the ES9018. It's not the portable version that they're using is dual. There's a lot of configurations now that are using dual 9018 portable versions that use less power draw, so they're more portable friendly. This does not have a power draw issue for me. I ended up getting this thing because I wanted something that would complement my Note 4 and would be big and have enough power and hopefully go balanced. So I did that. And the Note 4 is something that is really not optional for me anymore. Something to keep in mind here, one of the reasons that I stick with it, this is called Gorilla Glass, and this is called Glass. This is an Opus metal version. Now if I swipe, 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 down, down, swipe, and you're looking at a reflection in the mirror, you can't, you got one right there and all of the other ones you can't see. That's what Gorilla Glass does. Now if I take this one and I do the same thing and I do swipe, swipe, up, down, you're going to see that, all of that. So this is what Glass does, and this is what Gorilla Glass does. There's a, if your phone was going to do this all the time, it would become a nightmare mess. There's actually really one on there. That's actually pretty rare. So I got this and I can probably wipe that out. Yeah, kind of. So Gorilla Glass is kind of important to me, and most of the DAPs now are not yet kind of using that. You need to use a cover, and I'm just not cool with that. So my Note 4 with a 5.7 AMOLED blah 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 was something that I really wanted. So you take that and then you take double-sided sticky tape. Now you're thinking, what are you doing, bro? You're gonna fuck it. I've already done this 4 times and I've taken it off because I've switched from the PHA-3 to something else, or so this has been done on a couple different occasions and then removed, and there's no hint it existed. So this is very strong, and it comes off pretty well. You don't need to be perfectly even with your thing because this is going to be covered by the device itself. So I take this off, and now I'm going to put this on, try to do it. Let me turn this around. Once you do this, you're stuck on this unless you want to go through like an hour of adjusting it. Push it down. Now you can't see the double-sided tape, of course, because it's very, very low profile. It is, however, very strong. So if I wanna, how's that advertising for Lear? I just use it because it works good with it kind of advertise. AE1Ds are awesome, by the way. And it sits like this. It's kind of perfect. This in balance mode, which would be with like the EX1000s, is, so let me get this out of the way and get this out of the way. The sound quality of this with these is the finest combo that I've encountered ever. The separation between instruments is clear and precise. The stage is wide. I know that I'm using EX1000s, but generally it's pretty wide. It gets the max out of anything that I plug into it. The left-right proprietary thing that they use for the Sonys, which would be this one, is really a pain in the ass. That's a negative for this thing because it's not an industry. Sony loves to be Sony to its own damage. However, I went ahead and got the cable from Pateric. So here we are, PHA-3 EX1000s running in balance mode. I'm convinced that it's the finest portable, it's reasonably portable for me, setup that you can get. That's Scorpions, by the way. Love at First Sting. Classic. Not easy to reproduce. It's rock and roll with lots of distortion pedals and stuff. I noticed something recently while I was getting into the DAC thing because I wanted to see if I was missing something, and I discovered I'm definitely not. How many people, and I'm talking about websites, not just Headphone, but I mean other places, how many places give examples of particular passages of particular songs and cite that and tell you to go listen to that item and try to listen to a thing and then compare that to another item. So instead of saying something's wider than another, they say that if you listen to this song and you listen to this song on the other item, you're going to hear a difference in, well, the resonance of the guitar, the width, something. But these sites that are sent gear for free, and thank God they disclose it now, and also people on Headphone, they don't really give any particulars. And I was so focused on the whole, being reasonable with the disclosure, because I think that got to a point where people were just really, I got so many messages about, hey, could you just do me a favor, and I know this person's honest, but it seems like a little too hype, and there's got to be something wrong with it, or can you tell me what's, what would be maybe a minus to this item? And I'd say whatever I thought, and if I didn't know, I'd say I don't know. So the disclosure now that people are giving about their items who are giving them for free is an excellent step forward. The next step would be to be more specific, to take a few tracks and to take a part of that track instead of a whole song. You got to remember that we're living in a society of Twitter. So instead of saying, this song, how about a part of the song, and then cite something that's difficult or not common, and go ahead and use that as an example of what you're talking about when you say something's got a bigger presentation, or there's more air to the guitar, or there's more whatever it is, and the person can say, oh, I got that song, or I'm going to download that song, and then confirm it, and then come in and say, I just listened to that and I didn't hear that, or come in and say, yeah, you're right. And I think that would be the next step. This is something that I've been kind of, the guy comes in and says, this is much better than Mojo, and first thing I'm thinking is, what the fuck does that mean, man? And then I'm reading lots of other stuff, and I'm noticing there's not a lot of people giving specifics out there. So it's on them to start doing that, and it's on you as a viewer to say, hey, could we get a little more? Could I drill down one layer and you tell me what song that is, so that I can check that out? And then we're moving a step closer to being better. Listen, quality, Zen in the art of motorcycle maintenance. Quality is not a static thing. You are either falling away or moving towards it. So you're not okay. You're either falling away from okay, or you're moving towards okay. And I think it's better to proactively move towards being better than to be falling away from it, because you're not static. Nothing is. Nobody is. So get better. Try harder. This is people's money. It's a lot of money. Be a little more specific. I'll try to do that myself in the future. I always use the on the run in a couple tracks, but I could do better. You guys should try a little harder too. Sorry for the ridiculously fucking poor language. I should be fucking ashamed of myself.